Oh, Jimmy G. What have you done, oh Jimmy G? Welcome back, Raiders fans and football fans alike. Today we're going to be talking about one, Jimmy Garoppolo, and why he simply just keeps messing up. And the news for him and his career just keeps getting worse. That's right. After getting a 2-game suspension for PED violations of the NFL rules, now there is a damning report, and this report literally could be the death nail in Jimmy Garoppolo's career. We're going to jump right into it right now here at the Raider D podcast. All right, guys, so it looks like there are some issues, and apparently it's a lot more than his inability to throw touchdowns and not throw interceptions, coming all the way back from the 49ers, and why they actually let him go. And those issues continued on, apparently, while he is here with the Las Vegas Raiders. And so we're going to jump into this really damning report that could be literally the end of Jimmy Garoppolo's illustrious career. Anyone who knows me knows that I make daily sports content for all the social media platforms, and anyone who has ever edited a video knows that this can be a tedious and repetitive task, to say the least. And so I have a confession to make. I actually have a secret weapon. Who has time to cut hundreds of short reels from your long-form content? Well, that's where my secret weapon comes in. I found an app that uses state-of-the-art AI to analyze your entire long-form content and uses smart speech technology to take out the most interesting parts of your video and breaks it into short-form content. And thanks to this amazing app, it literally takes me seconds to produce 10 short videos at a time. So what is the name of my secret weapon, you ask? Well, just click the link in the description below and find out for yourself. It wouldn't be much of a secret if I just told the whole world now, would it? Trust me. You can thank me later. So this is out of a article from the Niner Noise. Obviously, this is a 49er football mag, so take that with what it is. But it's a pretty damning thing for little old Jimmy G. The Raiders are reportedly felt the same frustrations with Jimmy Garoppolo as the 49ers. It seems as if the Raiders became upset with Jimmy Garoppolo for many of the same reasons as the Niners, according to Peter Pananzi of the Niner Noise. So what is this all about? Apparently, Jimmy G is not the best student of the game. I mean, that was pretty obvious when he threw a whole bunch of interceptions in 2023. Not only did the Raiders get upset with Jimmy Garoppolo because of injuries, but like the 49ers, they weren't happy with his attentiveness or the lack thereof. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo is valid proof that the proverbial grass isn't always greener on the other side. In contrast, Jimmy Garoppolo had it about as good as it was ever going to get during his lengthy tenure with the San Francisco 49ers. One that ended in unceremonious fashion in 2023, as was accompanied by reputations of injuries and physical limitations, apparently being aloof also. According to a recent report from Sports Illustrated, Albert Breer, Garoppolo's new team, the Las Vegas Raiders, took far less time growing wary of the quarterback. And the reported statements are yet another damning aspect that will assuredly hinder Jimmy G's already diminishing stock. Says Jimmy Garoppolo angered Raiders in ways similar to the 49ers. In his column on Monday, February 19th, Breer centered on Garoppolo's tenure with Vegas likely coming to a quick close, stemming from earlier news that the veteran signal caller will be released just one season into a 3-year free agent deal he signed with Las Vegas entering 2023. News of Garoppolo's 2-game suspension for performance-enhancing substances surely didn't help matters, and as we all know, whatever it was he was taking to enhance his performance certainly didn't work out there on the field. Breers highlighted Garoppolo's injury reputation. He dealt with a foot injury upon signing that deal with the Raiders that created controversy as one reason why the silver and black grew upset in a very short amount of time. But it's what Breer added truly makes Garoppolo stand out for the wrong reasons. This is not good. Not good for Jimmy G's future with another team, because this is what any general manager and head coach is going to be looking at, even more so than the performance-enhancing violations. Garoppolo had a reputation for being aloof in San Francisco, which would drive detail-oriented coach Kyle Shanahan nuts, particularly when, at points of the offseason, the Niners would have trouble getting a hold of him. Some of those problems carried over to Vegas, where a group that knew him, led by GM Dave Ziegler and coach Josh McDaniels, had hoped he'd grown out of some of those tendencies. Breer went on to describe how that clouds Garoppolo's future, noting how even as a potential backup, Garoppolo would not only have a dangerous injury reputation, but also not be locked in. Damning indeed. Now the Raiders bench Garoppolo after just 6 starts into the 2023 season, and his demise also paralleled that of both Ziegler and McDaniels, who were also fired midway through the year. And good riddance. With options running low for Garoppolo, it's hard to see what future will hold for him in the wake of his critical report. At least the Raiders were wise enough not to wait around and find out. Hey, maybe Jimmy G will make it out there on TV land. You know, he is a pretty boy. He's got a TV face, unlike me. So maybe that'll be the next thing for him. So with this report, guys, it sure seems like the 49ers got rid of him for more than just lack of performance on the field, but also just not being aware, not being a part of the team, not being locked in. It was the same thing with the Raiders. You know, best of luck to you, Jimmy G, out there in free agency. Hope you find another spot, but if not, I'm sure you'll find something on TV. But with this being said, letting go of Jimmy G solidifies the fact that it was time to move on from him, and we never should have brought him in the first place. Thanks a lot for wasting our time and our money, Mr. McDaniels. Until next time, this is Raider D Podcast signing off. See you on the flip side. Go Raiders.